It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Colts, and it comes your way next.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I'll tell you what, I really like their chances.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Off he goes.
That's a smart play. If the defense is going to give you it, take it. To transition from a passer to a runner, not only able to pick up the first down, get out of bounds, protect yourself. Well done.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down. Mahomes now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, KC.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete to Rice. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City 1st down. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To the left side, caught by Kelce. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. It's a gain of 10 as they get the conversion on 4th down. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
And he's in for the 2. So just like that, a quick 8-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. They'll put Everett in motion here. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. Down, here comes the veteran, Brian Anger. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. So after 1, it's the Chiefs on top. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Second down and 3.
Yellow.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, Mahomes. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. That's taken in, and he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down. A give here to Pacheco. 13, pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another 1st down.
Yellow.
Mahomes back. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll bring up second down.
Hey, 57, 57, color, 57, color. Right side.
From the gun, here's Pacheco. And a good run there on second down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up third and 3.
Yellow. Right side.
Here's Mahomes. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
Yellow. Right side.
A handoff to Pacheco. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Yellow. Right side.
Patrick to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Now, Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Pacheco. And he's going to have the Chiefs' first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
They'll run with Pacheco. And he's in for the 2-point conversion to make it 16-0.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break.
Ready, break.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get it. Hot, hot.
From the gun, Richardson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. You're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. Here's third down and a few inches. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll start our...
And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Evans. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
Here we go, set. Huh.
On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
On play action, Richardson. He finds the big tight end. That's Gerald Everett. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Come on, set.
They'll put Everett in motion here. On first and 10, here's Richardson. 14 yards on the pickup there.
14 more yards. That's another.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Warriors 17.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and goal.
A second down throw for Richardson. And he's in. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indy.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Richardson and the Colts come to the line. They'll try to tack on 2 more.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Brown now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got it! And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The biggest correlation between scoring points in the NFL is your ability to generate explosive plays. And oftentimes, the best explosive plays in the passing game happen when the quarterback is outside the pocket, and great example of it here.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down. The defense just has not been able to keep him under wraps. Now 10 catches in the game. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Mahomes now on 2nd down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. Here's Pacheco. And the Chiefs have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
Hey, 43, yellow.
Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he will win the race to the pylon. In for the 2-point conversion.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown, but now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down.
Ready?
They'll put Everett in motion here. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it'll lead to a second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let go.
Richardson. Now he'll run. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now Richardson. That one taken in. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Colts. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Brown now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for the next drive. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. First and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Here's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
To number 84.
To the ground, a first down run. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. To throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill, but this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He will have the conversion and more. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
What's the old saying, Mike? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And at this point, there's just really no reason to not just continue to target him. He's been running free all game long, and you can see the numbers. They bear that out. It's evident right from the start that they were going to look his way early and often, and I think it turned out to be a pretty good game plan.
Now a run on first down. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Mahomes back. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We'll see if they can put this one out of reach.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 3. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2.
Attack, attack!
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
And what a job here by the defensive line. They've got to hold their ground. Any sort of push by the offense is going to result in a touchdown. But here, the defense comes through with a huge goal line stand, and they're able to keep this offense out of the end zone.
The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line.
Ready, go!
They'll put Everett in motion here. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. This is 1st and 10.
Track!
Throwing is Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. They'll come up now for 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down back at the 2-yard line. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
Ready, set!
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Ready, ready.
From the gun, Richardson. That is caught! And that will give them some space, moving it all the way past the 40-yard line.
Here we go, set!
On 1st down, it's Richardson. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Set! Ready!
Richardson to throw. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Ready!
Richardson going to look to throw. That's caught. So they get the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the 4th. So the deficit cut from 11 down to a field goal, as now they'll try an onside kick. Past midfield.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here we go. 1 final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.